Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
We were winning more competition. So I think that's probably where the jealousy came in.
Our moves and our competition, that's why we really fell out.
So we having a rendition of Bring It, huh?
A little bit, yes.
The whole purpose behind law is to right wrong. I want justice to be something that isn't this foreign concept.
Justice knows no boundaries. The truth will be heard. Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Adrienne Campbell is suing Brittany Brown in the amount of $375.90. Ms. Campbell claims that Ms. Brown did not give her a complete cheerleader uniform, even though she paid for one.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties must sworn, Your Honor.
There, get up at the Thomas. So, Ms. Campbell, we're here over some cheerleading. We're talking about 5-year-olds, right?
Yes.
These little girls can barely walk, and you want your money back, and you want to give her the uniform. You don't want to take the uniform, nor give her her money.
Only thing I owe her is for is what she was missing.
All right,
out
and
the
that's the
uniform.
issue, that there were some things missing, and you said, I'm done, just give me my money, I'm out.
Well, Your Honor, only because the T-shirt, granted, the kids did the painting of the T-shirts, but the T-shirts, it's not even about the T-shirts. The fact that I'm having a hard time, I lost my job, so I'm having to kind of make ends meet however I can. I don't have money to just throw away like that.
Well, let's go back. You made the decision that your child was going to be involved in cheerleading.
Correct.
Take me from there.
I signed her up.
You signed your daughter up.
My daughter up, Carter.
And she's 5.
5 years old.
And her name is?
Carter.
Carter, okay.
For cheerleading classes. And when we arrived for registration, I learned that I saw Brittany, and she is actually the coach for the team.
Now, do you have a daughter also on the team?
No, I don't. I'm just the coach of the team.
You're the coach?
Yes.
And what does that entail, you being the coach?
I teach them all the routines. I take them to competitions, and I handle all the practices.
Do you yourself have a background in cheerleading?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what's that background?
I cheered through high school, and then when I was in college, I cheered while I was in college.
Oh, okay, so you were at it for a while. What about you? Did you have a background?
Yes, I cheered in high school at school as well.
Okay, so you both cheered in high school?
Yes.
So you have some sort of idea of
We were on the same team in high school, Your Honor,
You were
until
on the
she
same team.
transferred
But I
out.
transferred.
So you all have known each other for a while?
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
But you were saying something.
I transferred to one of our rival schools across town. So then Brittany and we no longer communicated except when it was time for competition.
Okay, there's a history between the two of you.
Yes.
Was it a friendly rivalry?
Yes.
At first.
I'm talking about from high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
You say, wait.
Because
You're saying yes. She's like,
No, I thought we were good. We were supposed to be best friends, Your Honor. So
You were best friends while you were
In
at
high
While we were in the
school.
same school in high school, yes.
Okay.
But
And then
things
you
shifted once she
left.
transferred out.
And why did you leave?
Well, because of finances.
So you went over there and showed them what you could do. Huh?
Yes, and what happened? I
And
think
I was
Brittany,
captain of our school. So.
she was captain.
Don't sleep on me.
I think because
Both of you were captains
being
of your
captains,
squads at the
yes,
rival school.
the
But we were
schools.
winning more competition. So I think that's
Only
probably where
because
the
she was
jealousy
stealing
came in.
our moves and our competition. That's why we really fell out, Your Honor.
Oh, so that's what.
Yes.
So we having a rendition of Bring It, huh?
A little bit, yes.
You stole our moves. I can do this cartwheel. Okay. So that played out in real time for you
Yes,
all.
it
Yes.
really did.
Were you stealing their moves?
Of course not. I'm very creative, okay? And I think that's something that Brittany never
yeah.
liked about me because I'm very creative. I don't
We
need to
both were
steal
creative
her.
on our same
That's
team.
not true,
Both
Brittany.
of us were putting the ideas,
No, that's
putting
not
these
true.
moves, and when she
Your
moved,
Honor,
she
I
started
have
doing
always
them.
won the
This
most
is
trophies.
what this case is about.
I have 5 trophies, and Brittany doesn't have any trophies.
Oh,
so I
stop,
don't have
God.
to steal.
Stop.
She stopped in high school. I continued through college.
Stop.
So,
We are not here about Carter. we are in the midst of a Bring It On.
Yes.
The 20-year later edition. Right? This is the sequel. This is where we left off. So now the little girls are like, I'm better than you. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Coming up on America's Court.
Was there a T-shirt provided for Carter?
Yes, there was a
Right.
T-shirt
Were you
provided.
at
which
the
she
meeting
painted
when
herself, Your Honor. I'm
Ma'am,
sorry.
I
I'm so
got
sorry.
This. Okay.
And later,
How long did you live with your sister?
With my sister, I lived with her for a total of 3 months.
Okay.
3.5 months, Your Honor.
But who's counting?
Closed captioning provided by This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
We're back with the case of Adrienne Campbell, who is suing Brittany Brown for the cost of cheerleader gear.
Let's talk about the uniform.
Basically,
What was the uniform consisting of, Ms. Brown?
The uniforms were consisting of the bags, the pom-poms, the shoes, the shorts, the top, and that was the bag. And then you had $59 for the skirt. It was $69.90 for the shell. Then you had
I'm sorry, I don't know.
the shell is the top that goes to the skirt, which they would use in competition.
when we got the order, it was totally incomplete. Everything had
Only thing
arrived
was missing out of there,
except
Your
the shell
Honor,
top.
was the shell.
All right. You both just said the same thing.
Yes.
Everything was in the package
Yes.
that you paid for. And your total cost was $375
$375.90.
for a 5-year-old?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
That's a little
That's
pricey.
pricey.
That's my issue.
And I would imagine
It was
that
more things that went with that.
And what was the most expensive item out of all of them? Was it the shell? How much was the shell?
The shell was $64.90. The
right.
bag was the more expensive
All right, so
because the bag
65 of that
$100 for the bag.
$375.90 was the shell.
Yes.
You concede that when she received her order, the shell was not there.
When I didn't pass out anything to any
I'm saying,
parents,
would
yes,
you-
it
is it-
wasn't there. When I received
it
the
wasn't
order,
there.
shells were not there.
Were other parents also not in possession of the shell?
Yes, as well.
So you
but
go
I
to a
let them know
manufacturer.
beforehand. Yes, I did, Your
All
Honor.
right, and was it a manufacturer, the company that was providing the service? Did they drop the ball?
Yes, they did, Your Honor. I have an
Okay.
email. They did. So the whole order completely got messed
And
up.
how many girls are we talking about?
We're talking 25 girls. No shells, no nothing. I'm calling, I'm in contact with the company asking what happened to the shells for the girls.
Got
I
it.
received everything. They told us there was another mix-up and it was a glitch, and they would try to expedite the shells to me, but not in time for our first competition. I was okay
All right,
with
and,
that.
and you told all
So
the
what I
parents
did, once
that.
I got off the phone with them, I called
No, she
all
did
my
not.
parents up and asked everybody, we need to have an emergency meeting. I received all the uniforms, but we're missing the shells. So we need to get the girls together and all the parents together so we can figure out what we're going to do. And I called a meeting. All the parents came together. At this meeting, I let them know we're missing the shells. This is the opportunity. If you want to pull your girls out of the competition and out of the squad, I will refund you all your money that you sent, because at this time I can stop the order
Got it.
on
That-
this.
Your Honor, that's
Let her
not
finish.
I said I can stop the order if you opt to pull your girls out. Some parents opt to pull their
Some
shoes.
parents
Some
did say,
parents did.
"Give me my
no,
money
give
back,
me my
I'm
money
good."
back. There was no problem. I did. So the parents
How
that
many
opt to-
parents did that?
5.
5. All right.
The parents that opted to stay in with their girls into the program, we were going to figure out an alternative. So one of the parents came up with a suggestion: how about we get T-shirts and we have the girls paint the T-shirts?
Was there a T-shirt provided for Carter?
Yes, there was a
All right.
T-shirt
Were you
provided.
at
Which
the
she
meeting
painted
when you-
herself, Your Honor. I'm
Ma'am,
sorry.
I
I'm so
got
sorry.
this.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Did you get the T-shirt from Ms. Brown?
I did get the
All right,
T-shirt
so
from
then
Ms.
that
Brown.
means you had to have been present to receive the T-shirt.
And when
you weren't happy with the T-shirt.
Correct.
All right, and because you weren't happy with the T-shirt, what did you do?
I told Brittany I
Okay,
wasn't happy.
And after you told her, did you say, like the other parents, I think I'm good?
I told Brittany I will give her.
Did you say to her, I want my money back for everything?
Absolutely.
No, she didn't. Her daughter competed in the first competition, so she didn't say that she wanted her
Did your
money
daughter
back.
compete in the first competition?
After the first competition.
Did your daughter
the
compete?
first one, yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Okay.
So she wore a T-shirt
Yes.
like
Yes,
the
Your Honor,
other
like the other
girls.
girls.
The first
Yes.
As
competition.
opposed to some of the girls, the 5 who said, I'm not doing it.
Yes.
She competed.
The first competition.
She wore the items.
Yes.
You still weren't happy.
Correct.
The shells still aren't here.
No.
And so now you're saying, you know, this is ridiculous. We should have a shell. I'm out.
Yes,
Got
absolutely.
it. Okay. And you're just saying, take everything back. Give me my money back.
Absolutely.
Your feeling is, I'm not taking everything back because she competed.
Yes.
And she had the option of not doing it at all.
Exactly. Only thing I
get
feel
it.
responsible for is the shell.
I get it.
Okay.
The gal was going to come down in favor of the plaintiff for $65 because you have everything but the shell. And you've already used the items. You got a lot out of the cheerleading experience. It's not supposed to be stressful. It's not supposed to be drama.
God.
They're 5.
Yes.
And so many times we as parents, we get so caught up as opposed, they just want to have fun. They just want to be
Did she tell you
kids.
they placed second place for their first time in the competition with the T-shirts on?
They came in second place.
Second place. And she still wasn't happy with
Okay.
that.
Let's put that Bring It On rivalry in the past. All right? Let's try to work this out, ladies. You guys are both good people. All right? Judgment in the amount of $65. That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $65.
I'm happy with the judge's decision. I just wish she had given me my whole refund back because my daughter doesn't really use the cheerleading equipment.
This was a complete waste of time for me. I offered Miss Campbell the $65 in the beginning, and that's just what she ended up with.
And coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
How long did you live with your sister?
With my sister, I lived with her for a total of 3 months.
Okay.
3.5 months, Your Honor.
But who's counting?
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Anita Hernandez is suing Donald Hernandez in the amount of $2,750. Ms. Hernandez claims Mr. Hernandez owes her 3 months in back rent and hauling fees.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Third, get up at Thomas. Siblings suing each other. What is the world coming to? And it seems to be happening so often. Why are you suing your brother, ma'am?
I am suing my brother for 3 months back rent and for hauling fees and moving fees for all the mess he left behind for me.
Got it. I saw that in your complaint. In fact, I was actually impressed. Normally, people don't submit their evidence. You actually submitted the evidence ahead of time, so I see how it breaks down.
Well,
Now, sir, why has it come to this?
I had lost my job recently, and my wife hasn't been working since she had a baby, the last baby.
And
And
you said a baby, and then you said the last baby.
yes, I have 3.
You had 3 babies.
Yes.
How old?
7, 4, and 1.
Ooh, 3 under 7.
yeah, a lot of little kids running around, you know?
Right, and they're all living with you.
Yes, everybody's living with me.
Now, is this in
So-
a house you're renting, house you own?
Okay, so it's a 5-bedroom home. I own it.
But you didn't necessarily need all 5 bedrooms.
No, but I mean, I wanted to have a big home. You know, I worked
Right.
very hard for this.
Fair
so
enough.
I live by myself.
And it wasn't a problem having your brother, his wife, and 3 kids under 7 because you had a big enough place.
Okay, so I like my space. I really do. I love my space,
Yes, ma'am.
and it was kind of a problem. But you know, my brother, he called me one morning, asked me to go to breakfast with him.
Yes.
Went to breakfast. He lays it on me that he's being evicted from his home. Him
You
and
were
his family.
renting a house, sir? Or an apartment?
I was renting an apartment, yes, a 2-bedroom. And they were raising the rent on me.
And how much were you paying per month?
At the time, I was paying $1,500 a month.
Okay. How long did you live with your sister?
With my sister, I lived with her for a total of 3 months.
Okay.
3.5 months, Your Honor.
But who's counting? Huh? All right. So for the at least 3 months, she would have saved you what otherwise would have been $4,500 in rent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. How much did she say she would charge you?
She was going to charge me $750 a month for rent.
So you would have to pay half. And so you would be saving.
And he moved in the middle of the month, and he didn't have to. Normally, people would prorate, but he moved in the middle of the month. I didn't charge him any rent.
How long were you in the apartment, sir?
I was in the apartment that I was living in for a total of a year and a half.
All right. So for at least a year, you had to pay, you paid out a pretty big chunk of money. But you would be saving $2,250 the 3 months that you lived with your sister.
Yes, Your Honor.
How many months were you behind in your rent?
I was behind by about 3 months.
All right. So you were able to actually avoid paying $4,500 until you were evicted.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So that means you didn't end up having to spend $4,500 for the 3 months that you got rent-free, plus you were saving $2,250 from your sister. So what is that? $6,750 that you ended up being able to save.
And I didn't see a penny of it. I saw nothing.
All right. You said, pay me, you can stay here. He didn't pay you. Do you have a reason why you didn't pay her?
The only reason I have is that I didn't have a job that I could pay at that time.
Well, that reason doesn't fly.
Coming up on America's Court.
Is that an accurate depiction of the staircase?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Did she ask you to do it?
No, she did not.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
We're back with the case of Anita Hernandez, who is suing Donald Hernandez for rent.
I know you had said, and I see the pictures, because you've provided your evidence, and you wanted to actually come up with this thing of, I made a staircase for her.
Yes, Your Honor, I did. She had mentioned to me many times before that she had always wanted to have a staircase from her back outside porch down to the backyard. And as a carpenter, I have, many friends in the trade, and I offered to build her a staircase.
And you showed me this picture, and I think we're going to take a look at it on the
Yes,
plasma
Your
here.
Honor. This is what I had to clean up after
This is
they
the mess
left.
that he left.
I had a huge mess in the backyard, in the house, everything.
Okay.
Like,
so you weren't happy with the fact that that's the mess he left and he didn't pay? Yes.
and this staircase.
You're showing me, because on your suit and your response, you're showing me what the staircase looked like.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that an accurate depiction of the staircase?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Did she ask you to do it?
No, she did not.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the plaintiff. There was no meeting of the minds. She didn't say, build this staircase in exchange for the money. You just did that to be nice, right? And the $2,750 covers the rent, the cost for building the stairs, and to haul away the mess.
I basically have to haul away that mess of the
In
staircase
exchange
as
for
well.
a lovely staircase. You think I'm gonna?
No, I'm saying I have to.
You think I'm going to give you that?
I have to.
You think I'm going to give you that?
I
That's
know
not going to
you.
happen. Not today. Not up in here. I will give you the monies for the rent, though. Your judgment will be $2,250. That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $2,250.
I'm glad that the judge ruled in my favor, and I just hope my brother can take this experience and learn from it.
I'm disappointed that I have to pay my sister back in full. I would have thought that the staircase that I built would have reduced at least some of what I owed her.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.